Welcome to the Ellis Team Southwest Florida Real Estate Video Update. I'm Brett Ellis of the Ellis Team at RE/MAX. Our website is topagent.com. With me today is Adrian Jacobs from Countrywide Home Loans. Thanks for being with us today.
Great to be here, Brett.
Adrian, I thought I'd ask you a series of questions about the first-time home buyer tax credit because we're seeing a lot of sales in 2009, and my suspicion is that's really spurring or helping get a lot of people off the fence because they can get some serious money to help them buy a home.
Well, let me ask you something, Brett. If you could get $8,000 for purchasing your first home, wouldn't you want to do that?
Boy, $8,000. What kind of price ranges are we talking about here?
Well, the $8,000 is going to be 10% of the sales price up to a maximum of $8,000. So if you're purchasing an $80,000 home, you qualify for the $8,000.
That's like 10% down on an $80,000 home.
It is.
Adrian, we got a lot of homes that are foreclosures that are nice now. For a few years ago, you couldn't buy anything for 80. Now there's so much out there we can buy for 80,000. You get a full 10% down that the banks or the government's just giving you, aren't they?
They are dollar for dollar. They're giving you that money back.
Now, if you buy a $160,000 home, it's like getting a 5% down because of the $8,000 max.
It's maxed at $8,000 or 10%.
Okay,
So,
got another question for you. Are there income limits? Like I can only maybe make so much money?
there are some income limits for an individual that's going to be set at $75,000, and there's a sliding scale to $90,000.
What about like a married couple?
Married couple will be $150,000, or sliding scale to $180,000.
So if you're a married couple making together $120,000, you get a full up to $8,000 tax credit.
$8,000 for the purchase of your first home. Now, this is a little deceiving because the real definition of a first-time buyer would be you've never owned a property before.
But that's not what this deal is
In
it?
the government's eyes, a first-time buyer is someone that hasn't owned a property in the last 3 years. There's a lot of people that fall into that category.
Wow. I got so many questions. So, you hit on, if you're a first-time home buyer, we've talked about the income limits.
Let me tell you this. Something that's very, very tricky in there is you could actually rent a home out of state and want to buy your second home or your vacation home here in Florida, and that would count towards your first-time purchase.
Well,
you can rent a property hundreds of miles, thousands of miles away, and buy it here as your first-time purchase as a second home and still qualify.
there are some people, probably most people don't fall into that category, but some people possibly could, and that's a great way. Now, what do you do? You just you put this on your tax return, and you apply to get this back. But some people are going back a year and amending their 2008 tax return.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. If you know that you're going to be purchasing a home this year, you can see your CPA or your tax advisor and talk to them about amending your tax return to get that $8,000 back now.
I got another question for you. Do you have to pay this money back? Because the last year, remember, they had a tax credit, but you had to pay it back over time.
Last year was essentially a loan, $7,500. You recaptured $500 per year over the next 15 years. This is a dollar-for-dollar true tax credit that can come back to you. So let's say at the end of the year you get $1,000 back usually when you do your taxes. This year you'll get $9,000 back.
If you get the maximum.
If you get the maximum.
Okay, so it's a full tax credit. You don't have to pay it back. There are a few stipulations. You must live in it like 3 years.
3 years.
Now, but it's prorated, so if you live in it 2 years and you get a job transfer, you're going to keep most of it, but you might have to pay a little bit of it back.
Correct.
If you don't have it the full 3 years.
Yes.
So, well, Adrian, this is just one heck of a program. A lot of people are talking about it, but surprisingly, a lot of people don't know about this program.
A lot of people don't know about it. If you've got questions or you think you might qualify, you can give me a call at 239-677-7250. Or if you're looking to buy a property and you know you qualify, give Brett a call at 239-489-4042.
Let me give you your 800 number, too, because I know a lot of people watch these videos outside of Southwest Florida. 1-800-860-4042. Don't forget, you can always visit topagent.com. We've got virtual tours there. If you want to search the entire MLS, we've got LeeCountyOnline.com. A lot of people are checking that site out. The comfort of their own home, they can search the entire MLS. It just asks you for your email address, your name, and that sort of thing, and some stuff that we're required to ask the people. But basically, we've got a great team here, friendly, happy buyer specialists. I think the main thing is, all these things are well and good, but none of it works unless you get the right home that meets your needs and makes you happy, and at the right price, at the right value. We can help you with all of that, and we can also share with you this and other tips on how to maximize your home buying experience. You've been watching the Ellis Team Southwest Florida Real Estate Video Update. Stay tuned each and every week because we plan to bring you more of these. I'm Brett Ellis of the Ellis Team at RE/MAX Realty Group. Adrian
Thank you very
Jacobs
much.
from Countrywide Home Loans, and we'll be back, so stay tuned.